heart shift from that. I had a radical heart shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me, I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you. Right. I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet a side chick by ironing his clothes and getting him ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this. But once I knew who I was, I realized,
Happy Thursday, cousins. Someone asked me to do a reaction video. So I've been getting a lot of requests to do reaction videos on different married people's content. I don't really like to do that, okay? Because, Janice, our content is different over here, okay? But shout out to the cousin who asked me to do a reaction to The Truth About Marriage Nobody Talks About, and her name is Caramel's Corner, KARAMEL''S Corner, KORNER. I will link her video down below. I'm going to be talking through it. It's going to go fast. I'm not being judgmental or anything, but I was asked to do a reaction video on this video, okay? And so y'all know how I am over here. I am raw. I am real. I get to the point. I tell you the truth. I want women to choose better husbands, have better marriages, and I want women to stop choosing men that cause them to be the naked wife, okay? I have another couple that someone sent me to do the review. I do not like to do couples, okay? Like, I'll do a wife video or a husband video, but I do not like to review couples content because you know how I feel, and I think 99.9999999% of couples are struggle love. They have struggle love marriages, and y'all know how struggle love marriages make me feel. They make me itch, okay? That's why I could not do black love, because to me, black love, aka it really means struggle love, okay? So I will try to get those 2 videos done today. As per the husband profile course, I'm getting more and more email about it. So I thought about it, and I think I can give you an answer by the end of the month, okay? Will I be doing the course for the summer? Maybe I will. I don't know. Let me think about it, and I'll get back to you. And then we'll kind of decide what we're going to do. So if you're new here, my name is cousin, auntie, sister Janice. Okay, just choose one. Thank you for your love and support. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. Shout out to my new cousins if you're new here. Thank you, and welcome to my forever cousin. Girl, you know I love you. I love you, girl. I love you. Be sure to subscribe. If there's a video you want me to review on, you could email me, girl. I got a lot of stuff lined up, backed up. Okay, so it might take a minute for me to get to it. Okay, so shout out to Carol's Corner. I will be linking it below, and I will be talking through it. Let's speed it up, so God forbid I do not get a copyright strike. I absolutely love you. I adore you. Thank you, darlings. And of course, that was Pastor Steele and his wife. We did the video the other day. I have to come back and do some other video, but I played that video at the beginning because I want to show you something. I want to show you something. So shout out to Caramel. Is it Caramel? Caramel. Okay. Oh, wait, girl. Okay.
Why did I get married? That's the question that hit me harder than I ever thought it would. And it's now 15 years later. And it's not because.
So for all the ladies that are married, you want to ask yourself, why did I get married? Because the Auntie Janice got married to be loved, to be adored, to be provided for, to be protected, so I don't have to pay any bills, so I could have somebody to take care of me. Somebody to buy me a house, give me life insurance, health insurance, pension, 401k, his social security. Most importantly, I got married so I could have me terms, okay? So I could have babies. Okay? That's one reason why I get married. So why did I get married? That's why I got married, girl. That's why I got married. But I also got married because marriage is an exchange, okay? So my husband loves me, he adores me, he protects me, he provides for me, he takes care of all of my needs, okay? On Sunday, we will be married for 12 years. It feels like it's been forever. I feel like it's been longer than 12 years, but on Sunday it will be 12 years. We got married on Mother's Day weekend. So it's an exchange. So with me choosing a husband to love me, adore me, provide for me, protect me, keep me safe, meet all of my needs that God created him to meet, put gas in my tank, make sure I have money in the bank, give me money to put in my escape fund, and all of those things, because it's an exchange. With the exchange, I in turn respect him, adore him, honor him, praise him, admire him, love on him, give him children, take care of his home, make sure he has everything he needs, that God created me to create his needs. Give him lots of bam, 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 okay? Why did I get married? That's why I got married, okay? So comment below for the married ladies. Why did you get married, okay?
Because I don't love my spouse. Not because I'm not committed, but because somewhere along the lines, I realized that I never really stopped to answer that question. I knew
that's good. I love that. I love that she said somewhere along the line, she never answered the question. Hello. And that's why we have a lot of naked wives. Huh? Because you don't even know why you're getting married. Right? You should not get married until you can answer the question, why am I getting married? Because you want to make sure you are getting married for all the right reasons. So if you don't know why you're getting married, how do you know you're choosing the right man to get married to? Why did I get married? I want to be loved, provided for, protected, adored, taken care of, get my needs met. I want gas in my car. I don't have to worry about the gas in the car. I told this story to my husband before COVID. My husband used to travel a lot. And so this one time he went away for a week. He filled up the gas every weekend, so I don't have to worry about the gas. And so he came back Saturday, and I'm planning like, yeah, I'll be home all week. He come back, I'm waking up early, and I'm going to Target, and I'm going to Burlington, girl. And I'm riding down Washington Avenue, and I hear beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, what's that? Child, this is a new truck, honey. Ain't nothing wrong. Beep, beep, beep. I kept driving. I'm coming back from Target. Beep, beep, beep. And God was full of so much grace that it made it weird. It's by the post office where there was no traffic because it was so early in the morning. My car died. The truck died. I called Mike. I was like, oh my God, Mike, the truck is not working. I'm like, God, he died. He was like, okay. Stay on the phone. I'm calling AAA. Call AAA. And they said, okay, we're on their way. No, I live in North, but Burlington and Target is in Nutley. The man came. I said, oh, you came really quick. When if I'm in Newark, I have to wait in 2 hours. But in Nutley, you come in 20 minutes. He's like, this is Nutley, dear. We come in 20 minutes. He said, you ran out of gas, didn't you? I said, no, I didn't. He said, yes, you did. I said, no, I did not run out of gas. He said, yes, you did. This is a brand new check. He said, I checked it. It's a brand new truck. There's no recall on it. There's nothing wrong with the truck. The only reason why, black guy, the only reason why this truck would stop running is because you ran out of gas. I said, I did not run out of gas. He said, yes, you did. He said, okay, I'm going to put a little bit of gas in it. And then you're going to press the button or whatever. And we'll see, did you run out of gas? So he put a little bit of gas and he said, start. I pressed the button. I said, oh my God. He was, I told you ran out of gas. Because my husband was away. I didn't put gas in the car because I don't go to the gas station. It's rare that I go to the gas station. I got married, so I don't have to go to the gas station. I got married for my needs to be met, for me to be provided for me to be protected. I needed a father figure for Lexi. I wanted to have more babies. And so because I knew why I wanted to be married, I made sure I chose a husband who could answer to why did I get married? Because I have all these needs that I need met. So I need to make sure I chose the right man who can meet my needs. I know in the Black church, we like to talk about, oh, it's all about his needs and I just want to take care of him and pray to the I want my needs met. And in my needs being met, I can meet his needs. Okay? Go ahead, sister.
I knew how to fall in love, but I didn't know how to build a life.
See, my daddy told me, Pastor Bradshaw, God bless, I got to call Pastor Bradshaw today. My daddy told me, Bishop Bradshaw, you know what he told me? Never fall in love. Don't do it, girl. Don't you ever fall in love.
I knew how to say I do too, but I didn't know what I was really saying yes to.
Right. You know how to say I do, but you didn't know what to say yes to. And a lot of women, you don't know what you're saying yes to because you don't know why you're getting married. So that means you don't know if he can fulfill the needs and the reasons of why you're getting married. So you don't know what you're saying yes to because you don't know who that man is because you don't know yourself and why you're getting married. Come on. She's teaching.
See, marriage is one of those things where we glamorize it. We dream about it.
But marriage is glamorous. Marriage should be dreamt about. This is why I'm wearing my fairy tale t-shirt. Okay. This idea that we should not glamorize marriage and we should not dream about marriage is foolishness to me. Okay.
Laugh on the phones with our friends about it. We plan for it. We post it. We celebrate it. But then nobody tells you that one day you might just wake up in the middle of the life that you chose and not even recognize your own self or the person that you said I do to.
That's good. And you will not recognize yourself or the person you're married to because you don't know why you married them. Or you married them for all the wrong reasons. You got married for all the wrong reasons.
Nobody tells you that love is real loud in the beginning, but marriage is tested when it's silent.
My daddy tell me, don't you ever let the honeymoon stop. See, people go get married and get on their honeymoon. No. Your marriage is to be a perpetual honeymoon. Will you have disagreements? Will you get annoyed? Will he get on your nerves? Will he get on your nerves or you get on his nerves? Yes. But do not ever let your marriage, the honeymoon, stop. Whenever the honeymoon stops, the marriage is over. Go ahead, get a divorce. Okay? See, because those are the old church way of thinking. This is why I'm trying to help ladies to renew your minds about marriage. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is wonderful. God honors marriage. Marriage is to be enjoyed and not endured. God, our Father, created marriage for us to enjoy. Marriage is not a punishment. But if you do not choose the right husbands, ladies, blessed is the man whom you choose. He that finds a wife finds a good thing, obtain favor from God. He finds you, but you choose him. If you do not know what you want, what you need, or who he is, then guess what? You will endure your marriage and not enjoy it.
Tested in those late night hours when the words don't flow like they supposed to. Tested in the mornings when you wake up, where respect feels optional. Tested in those seasons where life got heavy and the two of y'all stopped lifting and loving on each other. Okay.
So I always have a question about this. Yes, of course, there's disagreement and so on. So for me, the only thing my husband can do to let me lose respect for him is to cheat on me, abuse me, or abuse the children. Other than that, I don't see any reasons for me to lose respect for my husband, and I don't see any reason for him not to love me. And I hold grudges. I'm getting better. Okay, I'm gonna be 48 in October. Okay, my husband don't hold grudges. I do. Okay. Hi, Micah.
Hi, Mom. I got beef sauce.
Oh, goody. With Daddy studying?
Yeah.
Hang on, y'all. I love you. You're ready for your religion test. Okay. Marriage is an exchange that takes place. I respect him. He loves me. Love and respect. So every day, ladies, you get up, you respect your husband, you honor him, you adore him. That's how men are fulfilled. Respect. We are loved, the exchange, love, respect. He loves me by providing for me, protecting me, make sure I have lights, make sure I have a house to live in, a beautiful home, make sure I have money in the bank, make sure there's food in the cupboard, make sure there's gas in my tank. It's an exchange that takes place. Again, you do have disagreements, and you have I say annoyed. I get annoyed at my husband sometimes. But that's just like example, y'all know I have a special needs daughter, so the state comes to the home about 7 times for the year, right? And so, you make sure the house is decent. And so we have laundry services, and my husband asked, do you want to bring the laundry upstairs? I was like, no, this is a lived-in house. Leave the laundry right there so they can see that there's laundry in the house. So your marriage is something, sometimes you're going to have disagreements, but then there's nothing, it's nothing for your husband to stop loving you, ladies, or for you to become disrespectful to him. Like I say, for me, for Janice, the only reason I would become disrespectful to Mike is he cheats on me, he abuses me, he abuses the kids. Those are the three only reasons for me I would become disrespectful towards my husband. Okay?
And maybe you're not me, or maybe you're somebody like me. Maybe you got married because you believed in love, believed in forever, in covenant. But what happened?
Got married that you believe in love and believe in but what did the love mean? See, love alone, Black woman, is not enough for us to get married. Only poor women get married for love alone. I love Mike Thompson. But if Mike Thompson was broke, I would have never married him. If he was not established, I would have never married him. If he was not a successful Black man, I would have never married him. If he didn't have a home or couldn't buy me a home tomorrow, I would have never married him. If he didn't have investments, I would have never married him. If he didn't have retirement money, I would have never married him. If he didn't have an emergency fund, I would have never married him. You see why love alone is not enough to get married? Now, the reasons he married me is not the same reason I married him. For me, it didn't matter how much money I made or what I had, or I had student loans or anything like that. But actually, it mattered to him how I was with my finances. Oh, my charger, hold on. It didn't matter how much money I made, but it mattered how I handled my money to him. He later told me one of the reasons he married me is because he said, I paid attention to how you were with your money. And he said, you didn't waste your money. So because you didn't waste your money, I knew you would not waste my money. My husband does not know how much money he has, because I'm over everything. I'm over all the investment accounts, all of that. I know how much we got, this, that. So the reason I married him is not the same reason he married me, because marriage is an exchange, and he didn't need my money, but I needed his money. And while he didn't need my money, he needed a woman that can be a Proverbs 31 woman and manage his money and manage his home and marry and handle his children. Now, the reason he married me, he said, I saw what a great mom you were to Lexi. Because me and Mike's dates, when we went on dates, our dates never went over 2 hours. Even though my daughter was 17, I would meet him for lunch, dinner close to my house. And then after dinner or whatever, I would run home to be with Lexi. I didn't go to his townhouse and jump in the bed with him. We never even did dinner and a movie, because that would have been too much hours. And so even though the time was short, he admired that. He said, that's a good mama. It's a good woman. She will be a good mom to my children. So love alone, Black woman, is not enough. The love is the icing on the cake. The cake's gonna melt. The icing is gonna melt. When there's a little heat, it's gonna melt. But the foundation of the cake is still there. Now, am I saying not to love your husband? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But that's not the reason, the only reason to get married. Love alone is not going to sustain your marriage.
When belief meets reality. When butterfly.
But what did you believe? What did you believe? Let's go back a little bit. Oh, yo.
In covenant. But what happens when believed in love, believed in forever, in covenant? But what happens when belief meets reality?
Did you choose a man that you can have forever with? Ladies, dating for marriage. You believe in love, you believe in forever, but did you choose a husband that will give you forever? See, believe alone is not going to work. That's why there's so many naked wives. Oh, I just believe this is going to work. No. Do you have the substance for it to work?
When butterflies turn into a burden. When romance.
Did you marry a burden? Is that who you married? A burden. Because marriage, you're supposed to have butterflies in your for your marriage. Every time my husband go out and get a shave, I feel the butterflies. Stuff starts tingle places. Did you marry butterflies or did you marry a burden? Ladies, will you choose a husband that will give you the butterflies, or will you choose a husband that will be a burden to you? Preach.
Happens when belief meets reality. When butterflies turn into a burden. When romance turns into routine. When the thing that was supposed to complete.
Stuff is acting up today, y'all. Okay, let's try it again.
When belief meets reality. When butterflies turn into a burden. When romance turns into routine. When the thing that was supposed to complete you exposes you.
I got a problem with that. Marriage is not to complete you. And we're going to talk about this in the other video I'm going to do, because a young lady said, I'm complete without marriage. I hate this idea that marriage is supposed to complete you. Marriage is not supposed to complete you. You're supposed to be a complete whole person before you get married. Again, the foundation or example is Adam and Eve. Adam was a whole grown, established, complete, successful man before God brought him a wife. Adam had to perfect taking care of the garden, be faithful in taking care of the garden before God brought him a wife. So you should not get married to get completed. Paul talks about that God sanctify us wholly. All of us, you need to be complete. You should not be broken and getting married. You should not be a half a person getting married. You should be a grown, whole adult getting married. You should marry the reality in front of you. Do not marry a potential. He will potentially become this. No. Marry the man in front of you. And that's where a lot of women mess up. They don't marry the reality. They marry the dream, the potential. Okay, y'all, things been acting up. Okay, let's try it.
To routine. When the thing that was supposed to complete you exposes you.
So again, marriage is not supposed to complete you. If you got married and you needed to be completed, you should not have gotten married, ladies. Dating for marriage. If there are things you still need to work on, you need to work on it before you get married. Okay, I was like 19. My father passed a brush on the side. He said, you're a little rougher on the edges. You need to refine. And you know what I did? Got around the older ladies, you know, the real cute ones. Sister Rosemary, Deaconess Grace, I remember them. And I refined myself. I worked on myself because I didn't want to get married and be rough around the edges. Because the type of man I wanted, you couldn't be rough around the edges, boo-boo. Okay. He would have never married me. Never.
See, marriage doesn't save you. It shows you who you are.
Marriage is not supposed to save you. Jesus is the only one who can save us. So ladies, if you are getting married to be saved, please don't get married. A lot of young ladies in the days will leave their mama house and run from the mama house for the husband because you're running away from the mama house and you're hoping the husband will save you. And then it ends up being a nightmare. No. Marriage was not created to save you. If you need to be saved, you need to see Jesus. And if you need to be saved from something, you need to go work that on out. Okay? Brothers, do not be trying to be a save a hoe. You can't save her. Okay? This is why a lot of women end up being the naked wife, because you thought your husband could save you and fix you. And that's not the purpose of marriage. Okay? That's not what marriage is.
It shows you how selfish you are, how impatient you are, how wounded you still are from.
Those things should have been worked out before marriage. If you get married and you still have all that, you should have got married. Huh? Now, it depends on what am I being patient about. Because a lot of women choose husband who still got stuff they need to work on. They're alcoholic, they're drugs, they're on drugs, they ain't got no job, they can't keep a job, can't get a job, and so you need to be patient. Not me. That's a potential. I don't believe in marrying potentials. I cannot think about anything I need to be so patient about with Mike. Well, there was the toilet thing. We got married and, men leave the toilet up. I don't understand. So you know what I did? I wrote out little signs, big bold sign, close the toilet. I put it on the toilet seat. I put it under the toilet. I put it on the back of the toilet. I put it on the mirror in the medicine cabinet. I put it in the wash basket, on his towel, in his shoes, on the TV, on his computer, on the remote, on his work bag, in the microwave, in the refrigerator, on the coffee pot, in the cupboard, on the door. Close the toilet. We ain't never had that problem again. Once in a while, my husband works from home now. Once in a while, I'll come home and the toilet seat is up, both parts. And I'll just say, Mike, please come and close the toilet. But for me, I feel like when women talk about being patient, it's stuff that men should have already worked out before they got married. And you ladies should have not married these men who you need to be patient for them to work on. What out? What are you trying to work out and use a married man? You asked me to marry you. You're not a child. So I can't think about what I need to be patient with my husband about. I don't understand. Put it in the comments. Maybe it's just me. Put it down there, ladies.
From those things that you never dealt with before, you said, I do.
Shouldn't have got married. Work on it. Fix it. For those of us ladies that got hot lips, Janice, work on your hot lips. Those of us who have tone issues, Janice, work on it before you get married. I told you we had a family situation. I was sitting right here and computer, and whatever I said, it didn't come out right. He was in the kitchen. We have a door here. This kitchen, this is the dining room, kitchen. There's a door going there, going to the lid. He walked right around there, come right there at that end of that table. We have a 10 chair table. And he says, can you please watch your tone? That's how my husband talked. My husband raised his voice. I was like, okay. You know what I did? Zip it. Psh. Never had to tell me that again. So I don't know what it is y'all wives need to be patient with your husbands about. Please tell me in the comments. I want to know.
It shows you them cracks, the ones that you thought your partner could cover.
He's not supposed to be covering no cracks. Get them cracks fixed. Go to the doctor. Go to the psychologist or the psychiatrist. Go see your primary care doctor. Get them patched up. Because marriage is not to fix your cracks.
Insecurities that you thought love would fix, the habits that you swore you could hide.
All them insecurities, dope. Go get them fixed. Get them fixed, baby. Don't get you married and you have insecurities. Don't get married. I told you that woman was hugging up on my husband in front of me, and I got the big ring on my finger with the big 7-month-old baby in my belly, and she hugging up on my husband like I wasn't there. I told y'all that story. And my girlfriend was in my ear. She was, you want me to F her up? I'll beat your ass. I was like, no, it's okay. Fix the cracks. Fix them.
And the crazy part is your partner is going through the same thing. So could you imagine two broken people trying to make a whole situation work?
No. Two broken people should not have gotten married. Ladies, if you're broken, do not get married. And for God's sake, do not marry a broken man. And that means broken in every definition, in his faith, in his walk with the Lord, in his pockets, in his ding-a-ling, if he ain't got control, whatever he's broken in, if he's a broken man, please do not marry a broken man. If you're a broken woman, please leave those men alone. Leave them alone. Do not get married. Please stop running up the divorce rate.
Two people with past traumas, patterns, pain, trying to call it love.
No, ma'am. Go to tutoring. Go to counseling before you get married. Don't get married.
And then some days it feels like it's work. And other days it feels like a battlefield.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I ain't going through that. This is why you fix yourself before you get married. This is why you don't marry the broken man, okay? Because I can't, girl. I like peace and harmony in my home, okay? I can't. I can't. Okay? I just cannot. I can't do it, okay? Just some days it's a battle. I can't.
But let me tell you this, something that somebody had to tell me. Marriage is not about finding the perfect person. It's about becoming the person who can love another imperfect soul with grace, consistency.
Lies. Lies. These are the things the Black church tell Black women. And ladies, we have got to stop believing this foolishness. Stop it. This is why we accept foolishness. You put up with, you deal with, you accept foolishness because of these lies of not being the perfect person but loving an imperfect person. No.
It's not about finding the perfect. Something that somebody had to tell me. Marriage is not about finding the perfect person.
Yes, it is. Marriage is about finding the perfect person for you that you can spend the rest of your life on earth with. That's what marriage is making sure, ladies, you choose the perfect man for you to live and enjoy the rest of your life on earth with. Marriage is to be enjoyed and not endured. Marriage is a picture of Christ and the church. And though Christ is perfect and the church is being perfected, according to Ephesians 6, ladies, Choose a husband that you can spend the rest of your life with and love it and enjoy it. This is why you should not get married because the sex is good. Because if the sex goes, what is left of your marriage? And Pastor Bradshaw would always use this example. You fall in love, you chose to love this person, you get married, y'all went on your honeymoon, it was good, it was, oh my God, it's delicious, it was wonderful. On the way back from the honeymoon, you get in an accident and he can't have sex again. Would you stay with him or would you divorce him? So you cannot get married, should not get married because of sex. You got to get married for other stuff. You got to get married for the man you can sit on the couch with and enjoy a movie together. So this thing about marriage is not about finding the perfect person. That is a lie. Ladies, do not accept that. It is about finding the perfect person for you. And though we are not perfect, we are being perfected, but there is somebody perfect for you. My husband is perfect for me. I am perfect for him. I have no fault in my husband because I did the work to make sure I can spend the next 40, 50, 60 years with him. Because I chose a man who was perfect for me. There's nothing I should find out about Mike that I didn't find out about in the dating stage. That is life-changing. You know what I mean? Not a 5-year-old kid you had that you didn't tell me about. No. Now, if you was in college, you got some girl pregnant, you didn't know, she didn't tell you, and 30 years later, the kid is looking for you, that's something totally different. But you can't tell me you have a 5-year-old you didn't tell me about. No. I'm not loving no imperfect man. That's not who I chose. Okay? The only man that can love an imperfect man is Jesus, the church. Come on.
Tell you this, something that somebody had to tell me. Marriage is not about finding the perfect person. It's about becoming the person who can love another imperfect soul with great.
Not me. I can't love him. I can't. I can't marry no man with no problems. I can't love a man with all these problems. I can't love a man who is unsuccessful. I cannot love a man who is not accomplished. I cannot love a man who can't keep a job. I cannot love a man who cannot provide for his family. I cannot love a man who didn't think about his life and plan his life out. I cannot love a man who got kids all over the place. I can't love a man who does not have a good name. I cannot love a man who does not have decent credit. What is a decent credit? You can buy a house. You don't need an 800 to buy a house. I think when I was dating, you had to have like a 650, 700 to buy a house. So me, Janice, I can't love no imperfect man. My man must be perfect for me to pledge and stand at God's holy altar, to take vows to be with you forever. You must be perfect for me. Again, I'm not talking about little stuff like I used to get annoyed with Big Mike when the towel on the door he would put it back on the door this way, and it would annoy me. And I'm like, could you please fix the towel? And then I just had to let it go because it doesn't matter, Janice. Not putting gas in the car. My husband drives the truck more than I do now because he works from home. But if one day I so happen to jump in the truck and the gas is a half a tank, because my dad told me, don't let your gas go a half of a tank. I used to get annoyed. I don't get annoyed anymore. To me, that's just life. But imperfection, as in committing adultery, beating my ass, beating the kids, not taking care of me, I cannot. That is not who I chose as my husband to spend the rest of my life with. I didn't choose imperfection. I chose a perfect man for me. And ladies, I encourage you to do the work. Choose the perfect husband for you. Don't choose a man that's going to beat you. Don't choose a man that can't keep it in his pants. Don't choose a man who got kids all over the place. Don't choose a man who can't keep a job. Don't choose a man who is not a shepherd. Do not choose a man who has not started to plan his life. You're 40, no retirement, no investment, nothing. Do not choose a man that you got put your foot up his ass to go to the doctor. That's another thing. Who's your primary care? When was the last time you went to the primary care? Oh, who is your dentist? Oh, I ain't got no dentist. No. Oh, man, I ain't going to the doctor. I don't believe in doctor. No, you're not perfect for me. The perfect man for me has a relationship with God, his primary care doctor, the dentist, and has his finances in order. Come on, church.
Grace, consistency, and truth. The person who can love another imperfect soul with grace, consistency, and truth.
What is this grace? I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot on social media. Give him grace. What in the world are these men doing that they need all this grace? I don't understand. Oh, extend grace to your husband. Give him grace. Love him with grace. What are these men doing? I want to know. Love him with grace and consistency. Grace, when I hear grace, I hear he committed adultery and I need to extend grace. And there is no grace, even though my daddy said don't say that. When I hear grace, I hear he's cheating, so you need to give him grace. He's beating your ass, so you need to give him grace. Or he's abusing the kids. You know what I mean, abusing the kids, because there's different kinds of abuse, okay? Read between the lines. Those are the only 3 reasons I would need to extend grace to my husband, of which he will get none. Because my daddy told him, if you ever decide you don't want Lexi and Janice, please call me and I'll come pick him up. That's what he told him. Okay? My dad, Pastor Bishop Bradshaw, told my husband, when he asked for my hand in marriage, he said, let me explain something to you. That's my daughter, my granddaughter. Pastor Bradshaw is my father in the faith. He said, if you ever decide you do not love her and you want to mistreat her and abuse her and Lexi, he said, please call me and I will come and pick up my daughter and my granddaughter and the kids y'all go have. And at the altar, before my dad gave me away, Pastor Bradshaw, he said, it's on my video, my wedding video. He said, let me explain something to you, young man. I have a 1969 power. My dad used to be in the military. I will use it. The church fell out. So I don't know what is happening in people's marriages that y'all need to extend all this grace. I keep hearing grace, 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 grace. And I'm like, what are they doing that y'all need all this grace? Because there's only 3 instances I can think you need grace. I can give him grace if cheating, abused, beaten me, of which I will divorce him. So I don't know. I don't know. Comment below. What's all this grace talk y'all doing? I don't understand. I keep like, what are they talking about? Grace? Grace for what?
It's about learning how to stay when everything in you wants to leave.
Oh, no, man. would you want to leave? Cheat and abuse and abuse. That's it. There's nothing else I can think about that makes me want to leave my husband other than he cheats on me and he abused me and the kids. That's it. Of which, I'm out. Bye.
It's about showing up even when you feel unseen. It's about fighting for the we when me feels neglected.
Devil is a lie. That's why there's so many naked wives, right? There are naked wives because their husbands are not playing their role. They're naked wives because their wife are trying to keep the marriage together. No. I gotta get the name of that girl that loved to say that. No. You asked me to marry you. So guess what? We are going to work together to make this marriage work, not me. And this is why my husband and I, we believe in continual counseling. Matter of fact, our anniversary Sunday, we are going to be talking to our marriage counselor maybe on Monday or something. Because me and Mike, is working together, to make it work. Do you understand? Ain't no I, ain't no me. It's we.
And I know some of y'all didn't marry the one that you prayed for. You married the one who was just there.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay. Just like the man who said he got married to the woman because he was tired. I'm gonna do that video. I know y'all waiting for it. It was just there. Not me. Devil's lie. No.
You married the one who looked right, sounded right, smelled good, came at the right time. Or maybe you married
honey. Yeah, he looked right, smelled right, came at the right time, all of that. He was all that.
out of desperation, loneliness, lust, pressure. You was tired of waiting.
All reasons not to get married. Loneliness, depression, tired of waiting. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it, girls.
Tired of being single in a world that makes you feel like you're not enough if you don't have a ring. So basically.
So then, like I told my single ladies in my course, create your own world. You know? Create your own world. There's a lot of women that's tired of being single. I was tired of being single. I've always wanted to be married. I was very tired of it, but I would prefer to stay by myself than to marry a devil. Okay? I'll stay by myself before I marry a devil. I refuse to marry a devil. Can't do it. Not gonna do it.
Basically, you settled. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you
settle.
chose well, but then life got real. You know, bills, babies, bitterness, betrayal. And now you're looking at
betrayal, girl. What kind of betrayal you talk about, sis? Ladies, you know what I teach husbands are to provide. Do not marry him. For my ladies who goes to my husband profile, I tell you, be clear about what you want. If you want a husband who can cover the bills, please make sure you choose one that can cover the bills. Okay? Dating is for data. Get the data. That book is coming soon, by the way. Don't be asking me for no half of the bills. That's not who I marry. I've been married 12 years on Sunday. I have never paid the bills. If my husband mentioned a bill to me, I would probably break out in hives. If Mike come to me, babe, give me half of the mortgage, I'm like, what you say? First, I'm going to faint. Then I'm going to get up and call my dad. Bishop, you're not going to believe what Mike just asked me for some blood. That's not who I marry, okay? I married a husband. I chose a husband who can provide for me. Well, what happened if he loses his job? You're going to have to check that out on the financial channel, and where we talk about emergency funds, okay?
That this
And
person,
what kind of betrayal, sis? Again, when I hear betrayal, I think about adultery. Because I can't think about anything else that would be a betrayal. That's not part of marriage. I didn't sign up for that.
maybe you chose well, but then life got real. You know, bills, babies.
If you chose well, then I don't understand what life got real mean. Bills is a part of life. Marriage is a lot of part of life. Betrayal is not. That is not a part of my marriage. Betrayal. Okay? Not a part of my marriage.
Bitterness, betrayal. And now you're looking at this person wondering if forever was too long of a promise.
That's why we choose, ladies, because it's supposed to be forever. Again, I don't know what betrayal is. The only betrayal my husband can betray me is to cheat on me and abuse me and abuse the kids. Those are the only things I can think about of my husband betraying me and my trust. Maybe there's another reason. Comment below. I don't know, girl. Okay? I'm asking.
And I get it. But can I speak some truth, please, with the help of God? He never designed marriage.
Lies. That's the lie. And these are the things we're told in church and we're taught in church, that God did not design marriage to be easy.
But can I speak some truth that might sting? Because I had to bring myself to this place with the help of God. He never designed marriage to
Lies.
be easy. He designed.
That is not true. God did not design marriage to be easy. Go back to the garden. What was hard about the marriage with Adam and Eve? Think about marriage between Christ and the church. So you want to tell me, I'm speaking general now, with our walk and faith with the Lord, it's hard, right? It's hard. As we get older in our faith, it becomes easier. So you want to tell me I'm struggling in my life with walk and faith and I'm supposed to struggle with my marriage too? I don't think so. Marriage is to be enjoyed, not endured. Isn't your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, isn't it sweeter? Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Isn't that what we sing? It's sweeter than the day before. So your marriage should be sweet. Every day should be sweeter than the day before. Marriage is not supposed to be a struggle. Beloved, your marriage is supposed to be sweet and it's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It is supposed to be milk and cookies and cream and a bed of roses. They try to tell me that's foolishness when I was getting married. Oh, marriage is not a bed of roses. And I look to the old angry, bitter church mother who's been married for 50 years. So Cinnamon, I said, my marriage will be a bed of roses. because I chose a husband who will make sure my marriage is sweet and it's a bed of roses. Marriage is to be sweet and enjoyable. Why would God want you to be punished in your marriage and struggle in your marriage? What parent, God or Father, what parent want your child to struggle and suffer? Big Mike and I are working very hard every day to make sure our kids' lives are better. So what parent who love your child want your child to have a rough life? So why would we think that God did not create marriage to be easy? Yes, he did. Marriage is supposed to be sweet because this is the one thing in our lives that you should just be. It is to be enjoyed, not endured. And a lot of Christian women are enduring their marriages because they are taught, oh, marriage is not supposed to be easy. That is a lie. It's a lie. It is not true. Marriage is supposed to be easy. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I just want to get to a certain part.
I get it. But can I speak some truth that might sting? Because I had to bring myself to this place with the help of God. He never designed marriage to be easy. He designed it to refine us.
Lies. Marriage is not to refine us. You're supposed to be refined before you get married. Because think about the refiner's fire in the book of Malachi. The purpose of the refiner's fire is so that you can come out as pure gold. So who is doing the refining in marriage? Who's refining who? Is the husband refining the wife, correcting her, fixing her? Is the wife criticizing the husband, trying to refine him? No. You should not get married if you needed to be refined. You should have already been refined when you get married. That's like going to a black tie affair and you don't know you don't have table manners. And at the table with very important people, I always talk about the White House. You go to the White House dinner with Michelle and Barack, and you at the table and you don't know how to use a knife and fork. You don't know table manners. That is not the time for you to learn table manners. You should have already learned that before you got to the dinner. Marriage is not to refine us, beloved. You should have been refined before you got me. If I needed to be refined, my husband would have never married me. And I would have married him. I passed men up. I stopped going out with men. I remember this one guy in New York. Liked him a lot. He would come over here every Saturday to see me. And one day I'm on the phone with him and Miss Independent come on. I love the music, love the beat. And he starts saying, Miss Independent. And he was like, that's you. I said, what? And he said, you don't know the song Miss Independent? So he played the song for me. Asked me if I talked to him again. Because he saw me as an independent woman. No, I don't want to be seen as an independent woman, even though I was independently taking care of myself and Lexi. Another guy went out with him. We got to the door of the restaurant. This was in one of those little malls. I got to the door and I stood there. And he said, why are you waiting? He's Jamaican, so he said in Jamaican, why are you waiting at the door? I said, oh, I'm waiting for you to open my door. And he says, what's wrong with your hand? Ask me if I went out with him again. Nope, never. Bye. Last story. Went out with this guy. Another little quick mall. And there was a gentleman selling flowers. And I said, oh, those flowers are beautiful. And you know what he said? Oh, flowers is a waste of money. Ask me if I went out with him again. No, bye, goodbye. Mother's Day is coming up on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. You're going to hear the delusional wives and mamas crying how their husbands didn't give them nothing for Mother's Day. But he didn't give you nothing when you was dating him. So why you think he was going to give you for some Mother's Day? No. You refine yourselves before you get married. You work on yourself. You become whole and healed before you get married. So when you get married, you can play your role. Everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. Marriage is an exchange. I give you me, you give me you.
Marriage is a ministry. It's warfare. It's a calling.
Not my marriage. My marriage is not a warfare. Sorry. I ain't warring in my marriage. Sorry. Do I pray for my husband, pray for my children? Every day. But I'm not warring with my husband. The devil is a lie. You go out, you fight people, argue with people at job and all of these friends, and then you got to come home and fight? No. And come home to a warfare? Absolutely not. No, ma'am. No. Again, this is why there's so many naked wives, because they're taught these things. So because they're taught these things, though it's a warfare, it's to refine you. It's not made to be easy. You accept stuff. You put up with bad behavior. You marry a man you should not have married. You marry a man who can't be a husband. You marry a man who can't keep a job. You marry a man who can't stay out of jail. You marry a man whose God is the bottle. You marry a man who can't keep the D in his pants. Because of all these things the church tell you, marriage is to refine you. Marriage is not to be easy. Marriage is a warfare. Absolutely not. That is a lie. That is not true. Not the marriage that God intended. Not the Christ type of marriage. Absolutely not. You're warring in your faith. Are you supposed to war in your marriage? No. No, ma'am.
And it's not about a perfect picture. It's about the powerful process. It's where your pride dies.
You shouldn't have got married with pride. You should know. Don't do it, ladies.
Where your selfishness gets confronted. Where you like.
If you was a selfish person, you should not have gotten married. Don't get married.
Learn how to love when it ain't pretty. It's where God teaches you what grace really looks like.
I don't understand this grace talk. I'm gonna go. See, I'll link the video below. Watch the rest. I don't understand this grace. In 12 years of marriage, my husband has not done anything, to my knowledge, to me to extend grace. And I haven't done anything that he needed to extend grace. Again, when I hear grace, I hear adultery, babies out of my marriage, abuse, and all kind of stuff. I don't know what this grace is these Christian women talking about. I don't understand it. I need y'all to tell me what is this grace that y'all need to be extending in your marriage to your husband. So I don't understand. I have to go. I absolutely love you. Thank you for your love and support. The Naked Wife is available on Amazon. I think they're on sale. Take your cookie off the lady off the tip from my single lady. 23 types of guys you might meet. Hello. find the perfect man for you. They're in this book. 23 Tests of God You Might Meet in Christ I Am is knowing your identity in Christ. When you know your identity in Christ, you will not accept all this foolishness and bad behavior and Moments of Gratitude is also available on Amazon. I think it's acting up again. There it goes. Show. Moments of Gratitude. Okay, there we go. Moments of Gratitude. In this book, I talk about story about how my husband and I met, and I talked about how I prayed and believed God. Do not give boyfriends husband benefits. Okay, 10 years of girlfriend. Stop it, ladies. Take your cookie off the table. The Naked Wife. The Wisdom Journal, Book of Proverbs. How to read through the Bible in 1 year. The Leah in Me is free on my blog. Days for Date is coming very soon. I hope to have that to you by summer. A husband profile course. I will get back to you and tell you when I will have the course. Freedom Money coming soon. Praying for Church is my first book. I'm doing a reprint on this. I love you. I love you. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I do have a few more reaction videos to do. Lord. Talk to you later. Bye.